So, do you think that when you shake ass in the camera and stuff, like men are gonna look at this and be like, you know, that's a girl who I want to make my wife?
I don't give a fuck. I don't want these. Man, let me tell you something, baby. I was raised by my father. Fuck you niggas. I date one of you niggas and I keep two in the chamber.
So,
at all times. At all times. Fuck you niggas. I don't give a fuck. I'm my wife.
Do you not want to be a wife one day, though? Do you not want to be a wife one day, though?
When I'm old,
When you shake ass, I need to know your connotation as wife.
Yeah.
Because I'm a lot of niggas' wife.
Shem Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash, double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, and all other elders that teach the exact same thing, only citations to the hopeful elect, beginning with the 144,000. This lesson will be entitled, This Woman Has Brung Dishonor to Her Father or to her family. I'm not sure. Somewhere down the lines. So I just played the clip of the woman, you know, the nigga woman shaking her ass, twerking, which is typical nigga woman shit nowadays and has been for a while now, and it's just getting worse and worse. But you know, I just got vexed because you know, it's one thing for these women to indulge in their wickedness, but to try to justify it, you know, like you was raised this way as if it's okay. It just, you know, it brings not only are you looked at in a bad light, now you bringing a bad light to your family, you know, willfully, you know. And so I was just gonna grab a couple scriptures and then I'll probably play the clip again, maybe not. But no, I'm not gonna play the clip again. That's enough. But what she said, I was raised by my father. I date one of you niggas and keep two in the chamber at all times. Right? This bitch is a straight whore, man. And she don't got, you know, she full of pride. She don't have no shame. You know, ain't no shame in her game. You know, and then her friend, you know, she said, I'm a lot of niggas' wives. You know, so this is Sirach, Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 26. Yeah, chapter 26, verse hold on. 25, verse 25. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. And you wonder why we call y'all bitches, man. All right? Because you know, that's of the spirit. That's of the spirit, man. The Bible is calling a shameless woman, a whole ass woman, a bitch. A female dog is a bitch. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. But she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. And this woman is clearly not shamefaced. You know, she's not ashamed about, you know, showing herself off, showing her body off, you know, showing off, you know, how perverted she is and how perverted her mind is. You know, that means she don't have any fear for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. All right. Verse 22. And a harlot shall be accounted as spittle, but a married woman is a tower against death to her husband. Right. A righteous woman, a woman in order, you know, she can help her. She can help her husband escape death. You know, especially if she's a believing woman. You know, she can introduce, if her husband is unbelieving, she can, if the Lord is willing, she can introduce her husband to the truth. Uh, she can be the vessel for her husband to build a relationship with Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. All right, and they both can acquire the kingdom through her being in order. But a harlot, a hoe, shall be counted as spittle, a small piece of spit that you don't, that means you never mind. You don't think about it. When you talking and it leaves your mouth, right? You in a heated debate, you don't notice a small piece of spit. People don't pay attention to how much they spit on the floor. They don't count how many times they spit on the floor and I can spit on the floor 20 times. Nobody, they just do it. It's something you don't even think about. This is, it don't matter the order that I bring it out, really. This is Proverbs chapter 31, verse. Now this is talking about a worthy woman, right? Proverbs 31:23. Her husband is known in the gates when he sitteth among the elders of the land, right? A woman who is in order is close to a virtuous woman, because ain't no such thing as a virtuous woman unless you're talking about Sophia, the spiritual woman of wisdom. But you do have women who believe and who do try to be in order, right? And the closer you get to being a virtuous woman, the better. The more in order a woman is, the better. And a so-called good woman, can help the reputation of a man. A woman and a man's children are a reflection of themselves. How they run their household. So a righteous woman, a woman who is in order, her husband is known in the gates, is known in amongst his people. Everyone knows that he has a decent woman. When he sitteth among the elders of the land, they have a certain level of respect from him. They might come to him for advice on how to deal with their woman. So it's the same. It's the same thing for a whole ass harlot woman. He's gonna be known as well, but known for having a whole ass woman. So a woman like this would bring shame not only to her husband but to her father. Because during the marriage ceremony, the reason why the father, it's traditional for the father to hand over the bride to the husband is because before she becomes married, she belongs to her father, and so not only does a whole ass woman bring this honor to her husband, but to her whole family, beginning with her father. In particular, this woman, I'm sure, her father didn't raise her, to be fucking a hoe, a shameless ass harlot. He then again, in these days, you never know. A man, ignorant man, an ignorant jick man, some of these niggas probably is raising their daughters to be like niggas, to like men, you know, to take advantage of, you know, like a 2/3 man, a 2/3 Jake, 2/3 nigga, right? To take advantage of all opportunities, you know, don't settle down with one man. You keep a couple men around like men do with, like niggas do with women. You keep a couple females around. You don't, you gaslight them, you love bomb them, you know, you let them think you have your main one that you're dealing with at the time, but you got other ones that you got on the side for different purposes. If your main one fuck up, you replace the main one with another one that was on the side, you know, like the woman said, I'll date one of you niggas and keep two in the chamber at all times. And the other bitch said, what she said? I'm a lot of niggas wives. Like, what? And then they ain't no shame in their game. Women like this and men that's raising women like this is going to be put to death, man, unless they repent. You know what? Matter of fact, go to 25. This is Sirach chapter 25. What did I want? Verse 18, right? It says, her husband, right, talking about a wicked woman, her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth it, shall sigh bitterly. You know, a wicked, whole ass, harlot ass, shameless ass woman stresses a fucking man out, you know, because of her reputation. Every time you turn around, you gotta hear about how this bitch sucking and fucking everything moving. You know, gotta hear about her getting in a fight. Gotta, you know, you gotta, you know, I just saw your daughter, or I just saw your wife at the strip club. You know what I mean? Like motherfucking what was the bitch name on Players Club? What was the bitch name? Diamond? I forget. But yeah, her father didn't want her. He knew she was dancing in the clubs, but he was against it. You know, and he whipped out the Desert Eagle when she brought Jamie Foxx over the house. You know, and they got into arguments or whatever. I mean, and so it says, her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth it, shall sigh bitterly. Same thing with this woman's children. You know, if she got a son, you know, now her son got to deal with getting in all types of fights because other children, you know, his friends, coming back to school, you know, and it was, you know, they probably was at a school game or some shit or whatever, and one of her son, you know, her son's friend's father saw his mother, and when he got back home, all his friend heard was, oh shit, yeah. I remember. She work at the strip club. Oh, she be doing this. She be doing that. You know, and then now the friend coming to school and making fun of this woman's son because of what he done heard about her through his father or whoever. You know, so a woman like this brings dishonor to her whole family. You know, and with Moab, the Chinese culture, and the Ammonites, right, and multiple other cultures, you know, you was disowned, you was cut off from the family. You ain't nobody dealing with you because you bring dishonor to your family. That's what a son and a daughter. You know, this is Sirach again, chapter 42, verse 9, it says, the father waketh for the daughter, right? Daddy's little girl, you know, when a man has a daughter, you know, his natural instincts is to be overprotective over her, right? The father waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth, and the care for her taketh away sleep, right? He worried about, you know, he worried about you know, her being hot in the ass. You know, he worried about, you know, he's so overprotective it affects his sleep. When she is young, lest she pass away the flower of her age, right? He worried about her turning, you know, turning into a whore, you know, and being disorderly, being fast in the ass, and being married, lest she should be hated, right? He under the proper order, right? A father with a daughter will will make sure to get his daughter married to a decent man, you know, before she lose control of her sexual urges, you know, become a whore, and then when she does get the opportunity to get married, you know, don't nobody want to keep her because the box all worn out, right? Verse 10, in her virginity, lest she should be defiled and gotten with child in her father's house, right? She done had kids, she done snuck off, went and had sex, got pregnant, you know, and having a husband, lest she should misbehave herself before she go out and be disorderly. You know, you wanna line her up with a decent man, you know, that's gonna take her virginity honorably, right? And when she is married, lest she be barren, right? So and that's one thing, you know, that's one thing these hoes gotta deal with. That's a possibility of living a whole lifestyle. You know, you get pregnant. You know, you get your box all worn out. You get pregnant. You have abortions. You know, you defile your body so much that the Lord take the ability for you to become pregnant from you. You know, which is also a shame unto women, because that's the purpose of women being born on this earth, to help men procreate, you know. So a woman who can't have children is compared to a useless woman. Verse 11, keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter, lest she make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies and a byword in the city, right? And these niggas love bragging about how they fucked your daughter, how they fucked your wife. You know, especially if y'all beefing. You know, oh yeah, I fucked that nigga daughter and his wife. You know? And a byword in the city, and a reproach among the people, and make thee ashamed before the multitude, right? Bringing dishonor and shame unto your family. You know, that's what this whole ass bitch is doing, man, in this video, right? This is Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 13. It says, if any man take a wife and go in unto her and hate her, right? For what reason would a man have to hate a woman he just got married to? You know, one thing for sure is, if she, you know, he expecting her to be a virgin, she not a virgin, and not only is she not a virgin, the box all beat up. You know, it's all dry. right? You know, you expecting one thing, but you getting that's like buying buying a car that's supposed to be new or a pair of shoes that's supposed to be new, right? It looked clean on the outside, you know, but when you put your feet in the shoes, you know, you could tell, you know, they feel all stretched out and worn, or you find or after you wear them after you wear them throughout a day, you know, your feet start itching and shit. You start catching athlete's feet, or a bug bite you or some shit. You know, that shit'll piss you the fuck off. You know, you driving a car and the check engine light come on. You know, the shit start overheating. Right? Motherfucking you look under the hood, motherfucking is fucking it's supposed to be a brand new car. This is fucking rat droppings all on the engine hood and shit. Wires chewed up and shit. That shit'll piss you the fuck off. You know? If any man take a wife and go in unto her and hate her, and give occasions of speech against her, and bring up an evil name upon her, and say, I took this woman, and when I came to her, I found her not a maid. Right? You pass accusations of her not being a virgin, right? Because this going back into the ancient ways, you know, and it was part of our culture, our customs, to for a woman to be untouched, a virgin, before going through the ceremony, the marriage ceremony, you know. And if a woman jumped a gun, you know, she was counted as a whore and brought dishonor to her family. Then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel's virginity unto the elders of the city in the gate. And the damsel's father shall say unto the elders, I gave my daughter unto this man to wife, and he hateth her. And lo, he have given occasions of speech against her, saying, I found not thy daughter a maid, and yet these are the tokens of my daughter's virginity. Prove that she was a virgin, and they shall spread the cloth before the elders of the city, and the elders of that city shall take that man and chastise him, right? If he lying, right? He being wicked and he just don't wanna for whatever reason, right? Then he gon', you know, it's gonna backfire on him. He supposed to get his ass beat. And they shall immerse him in 100 shekels of silver, and he gotta pay, right? And give them unto the father of the damsel, because he had brought up an evil name upon a virgin of Israel, and she shall be his wife. He may not put her away all his days. But if this thing be true, and the tokens of virginity be not found for the damsel, if she is a whore and you can't prove her virginity, then they shall bring out the damsel to the door of her father's house, and the men of her city shall stone her with stones, that she die, because she have wrought folly in Israel to play the whore in her father's house. So shalt thou put evil away from among you. Right? And I'm going to read that 2 more times, different translations. Right? Bear with me. Baba Kashad is Deuteronomy 22:13. Suppose a man marries a young woman, and later he decides he does not want her. So he makes up false charges against her, accusing her of not being a virgin when they got married. Right? If this happens, the young woman's parents are to take the bloodstained wedding sheet that proves she was a virgin, and they are to show it in court to the town leaders. Her father will say to them, I gave my daughter to this man in marriage, and now he doesn't want her. He has made false charges against her, saying that she was not a virgin when he married her. But here is the proof that my daughter was a virgin. Look at the bloodstains on the wedding sheet. Then the town's leaders are to take the husband and beat him. They are also to fine him 100 pieces of silver and give the money to the young woman's father, because the man has brought disgrace on an Israelite woman. Moreover, she will continue to be his wife, and he can never divorce her as long as he lives. But if the charge is true and there is no proof that she was a virgin, then they are to take her out to the entrance of her father's house, where the men of her city are to stone her to death. She has done a shameful thing among our people by having intercourse before she was married, while she was still in her father's house. In this way, you will get rid of evil, right? And if, as long as you made examples like this, then a young woman who hot in the ass would think twice about going the same route as the whore, man. You know, unlike today's society, these little girls is fucking, they have fucking 10 bodies before they get in high school. You know, they laid down with 10 boys. Mother and the father don't even know about it, right? They get pregnant, fuck around, pop up pregnant. They've had 2 abortions before they fucking get in high school. Because these bitches like this on social media, on these fucking on these music videos, then these simp ass niggas glorifying these type of women. They mothers is raising them, fucking to twerk at 2-3 years old. Go Tay Tay, go Nay Nay. Anyways, one more time, Deuteronomy 22, and I'ma jump down to the point, right? Verse 20, but perhaps the husband has spoken the truth. Perhaps his new wife cannot show that she had not had sex before. If so, the leaders must take her to the entrance of her father's house. The men of the town must throw stones at her there until she dies. She has done a very bad thing that brings shame on Israel. She has had sex like a prostitute while she lived in her father's house. You must remove evil acts like this from among you. So Lord willing, this was edifying, straight to the point, not too long. I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Baal Shem, Yahweh Shai, Baal Shem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of great millstone, and all other elders that teach the exact same thing. So he teaches to the hopeful elect, beginning with the 144,000. Shalom.